Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Today, Austin, we have on Branden Haynes, who is the CEO and founder of Hawkmoon Resources. I've known Branden for a little while here out in Vancouver, so it's a real pleasure to have him on. Quite the story. It's a great property, two properties actually right now, and there's hopefully more to come in Abitibi region, which if you don't know, I mean, this is a prolific belt. But more importantly, it's on the Quebec side, and there's a lot of advantages of being on the Quebec side. We're going to talk to Branden, have him fill us in what's happening with Hawkmoon, and let's get it going. So, how are you doing today, Branden?
Fantastic, Andrew, and same to you, Austin. Thanks for having me on the show.
Pleasure, man.
Thank you. Quick high level on Hawkmoon. We incorporated April 2019. It took 2 years to get public. I raised the majority of the capital. We did $2 million. $750,000 of that was done in an IPO on the prospectus. We did list with one property, the Romeo. The Romeo has had $100,000 of work and a 43-101 on it. What's great about the Romeo is it's an area play next to a Cisco's Windfall deposit. If most viewers are familiar with Windfall, it's 5 million ounces. They did 1 million meters of drilling last year, and our geologists looked through some of their older data and files and was able to determine that we look to have a bank fault that's in our property that extends right into their Windfall. Previous work shows that there's shear zone that looks to be directly correlated with Windfall. So this summer, we're planning to explore that further and see what kind of results we can get from that program. As you had mentioned, Andrew, we do have a second property, which we've just announced. This is from Cartier Resources. It's the Wilson project. We have a option to acquire 100% ownership over 5 years with the acceleration if we desire to own it outright at faster pace. Perfect. You've brought up the deck.
Yeah.
So the Wilson property is just 15 kilometers south of La Belle-sur-Quévillon, north of 49th parallel. This is a very exciting property that's advanced. It's had 120 drill holes in its history. Yep. Over 16,000 meters have been drilled previously. There's key historical intercepts as high as 44.2 grams per ton over 2.3 meters. It's had visible gold. There's 6 current gold showings, outcrops at surface, and the historical property grade is 7.6, so it's very respectable. We have just signed a deal with Faubert Drilling to do 5,200 meters this summer on Wilson. We're looking to start that commencing in July. 29 holes to depths of 200 to 300 per hole. And I think what we can do with that is be able to get an inferred resource. Indicated would be great. We'll see how the intercepts come back from the labs, but we're very excited on this project. There's the terms. As you can see, we've already paid the first $200,000 in cash and $700,000 in shares has been allotted. It's a total of $1 million, 5 million shares, and we're going to do $6 million worth of work. The first year anniversary, we're actually increasing the drilling to 5,500 meters. So that way we actually have a credit for next year.
Nice.
Which is good. Come out strong out of the gate as a new company.
Yes. Well, I like this. I mean, I always appreciate when people have a strong, firm theory and they're testing it, and you'll have some indications in July, and that's a good strong one. If you find that the data is suggesting you're on that fault, that's quite significant.
Thank you. Yeah. So for the Romeo, it's very blue sky opportunity, but it still is in the right jurisdiction. And part of that, as you had mentioned before, Abitibi Greenstone Belt, which is key.
Yeah.
The Wilson is obviously more advanced, but with the drilling, we lower the risk for the investor to having some key intercepts and inferred gold come out of that. And so by straddling between a blue sky and something more advanced, you're going to give that shareholder value. We're a great price right now, between 11 and 12 cents. only have less than 40 million shares out, and much of that is locked up with the board's lot.
Yeah.
So going forward, the investor has a chance to participate at these levels with the future upside of seeing. Yeah, there we go. There's the share structure.
Yes.
Yeah. 45,366,866 total issued and outstanding. So you get the upside of seeing the work program throughout the summer. That should positively affect our stock price and put us at a higher market cap, with everybody being able to participate in a great little junior that's new kid on the block. Yeah. So,
excellent.
Yeah.
So now I know Austin was going to ask you in regards to the journey to get here.
Yeah, just kind of walk us through obviously being a new company, it's exciting to kind of get through that startup process. So if you want to walk us through kind of that adventure for you personally and for the company, and how that all kind of came together.
Yeah, sure.
I love the laugh. It's like, you can tell it's like, oh, it's love and hate.
Well, Andrew, you remember seeing me at the Metals Investor Forum. Hey, you want to buy stock? I got a in my pocket here. Come on. It's only 5 cents a share.
Yes.
He was running around hustling, getting kicked out of the MIF for trying to do side deals and take away from the people on the.
You gotta hustle. You gotta hustle.
Going to every networking event in town, hijacking. Can I interject with my subscription agreement at our shares?
Yeah. No, you're there. You had a sole purpose, and it's great. I love it.
Yeah. So a lot of people weren't necessarily too warm to the idea. They thought, who's this guy? We don't really know him. He has no track record. This is a pretty blue sky property he's got. Maybe he's got a bit of an area play. And I don't know. This looks like a CPC with a property attached to it. And that's about it. So it took a lot of grinding. That's the key word. And I worked on it, for a year and a half. We had a few wins along the way. We managed to get some institutional support last summer, and that brought in $500,000, which put us over that $1 million in the treasury. Suddenly, we were therefore had capital to be able to afford to look at a more advanced project as Wilson. And the cost of an IPO, a full prospectus brokered IPO, nowadays is between $250,000 and $300,000. But I wanted that because it wasn't a reverse takeover. It was a fresh new company that was like a brand new car right off the lot with no mileage. I know where every shareholder is. We have 287 of them. I know what they own. I have a previous relationship with them. And that's the advantage of building that company one by one and gaining support, is that it's organic growth that comes from belief in the story and belief in our team and myself and our ability to deliver. Those investors took a chance on me as private. Hey, I'll write the guy a check. I might not even get my money back. He might not even list. Who knows what's going to happen with this thing? All of a sudden, now we're public. Now it's my end of the bargain. Give back to the shareholders the best liquidity on their position they can. Make them some money. And then, they'll support us for the rest of our existence.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes. No, you keep delivering. And that's the thing. When you start, it takes a lot more effort, a lot more work to do it that way. And I remember even thinking back like a year and a half ago, thinking, oh, it's starting to happen. Like, people are starting to recognize, the sector, mining in general, gold and silver, and thinking, oh, I'm even too late for it. I'm too late. I'm not, people don't know me well enough. As it's turning out, it's actually perfect timing, because that whole year and a half of grinding, and as well for you, and doing it, I'm not going to say the right or wrong way, but doing it this way, and having your own clean shell. Like I said, everyone. There's no skeletons. There's no mystery. There's nothing to worry about. Although arduous and painful and wonderful and great and terrible, you're in a perfect situation now where people are really coming to the market, and they recognize the need, and this has barely begun, like this whole kind of commodity super cycle, but you've got a pretty great situation in regards to your own company. It's not a shell of someone else. You're ready to go. You got a drill program. You've got July. It's going off and getting more data. So you're sitting pretty well. And once again, it's the right postal code. It's in Quebec. It's Abitibi region. It's gold. It hits a lot of check boxes for a lot of people. And it's just a matter of you continuing to hit those milestones.
That's right. Yes. Thank you. And that's really what it is. So I don't know if anybody has any questions or if you're able to do so, but yeah, do you, Andrew or Austin, have anything else you'd like to ask me?
Well, one thing I was kind of curious on was, well, what is the specific advantage to where you guys are in Quebec? What makes that such a great opportunity and makes that so exciting?
Okay, thank you. During COVID, obviously, we're able to still work on the property and not have to worry about hindrances. In Quebec, mining is considered an essential service, so therefore, we don't have any holdbacks on assembling our crew and beginning to do work. Quebec is very supportive of mining. We had a fantastic town hall meeting with the mayor and the group there that runs LaBelle, and they're helping us get a house and a warehouse. They're happy to have us there. Bonterra Resources is on side as well. They've come into the town and they've set up shop there. So we're rubbing elbows with a more senior player. Tom, our geologist, Thomas Clark, has pretty significant history with Bonterra. A little about him. He got a master's degree in geology. He studied in Canada and Johannesburg, but his big success was in Quebec. He discovered the 1 million ounce deposit of Bonterra's Gladiator.
Okay.
Yeah. So before, when he was running a private little company called Laurier Gold in the worst of the bear market in 2013 or so, he had all the original claims, and Bonterra came to him and brought him on their team and purchased those claims from Tom. So Tom still has a 1% NSR with Bonterra. He was there from the beginning of their inception and their journey. I really feel that he's the key component to our team is our geologist, as with every mining company. He has this great ability to find undervalued properties and work on them so that they can yield the best results that the market is going to respond to. He's had numerous successes in Madagascar, Peru, and Russia previously, but for hometown success, the Gladiator is obviously one we can point to.
One thing I want to highlight too is just the infrastructure. I mean, the fact, like, not only is it well responded by the city, the mayor, the whole province of Quebec gets it. They get the critical need for battery energy metals, but as well as just mining in general. Is that even when you're out a little bit in the bush, you're not far away from much. You're always pretty close. Infrastructure is there.
Yes.
You're very close. And that is a big issue. I mean, because really at the end of the day, you find something out in the middle of nowhere and the cost of trying to get it to fruition is enormous. Also, people, they love the Golden Triangle, myself included. They don't like the seasonality of it, and they don't like the fact that sometimes it's the cost of helicopters. That just alone is how much are you spending on helicopters? It can be very hard for people to take.
I agree. We can work on our properties year round. We have great infrastructure for roads, government serviced right to the properties of Wilson and Romeo without any hindrances. Support from the local communities, and on top of that, as Hawkmoon as a company, our idea was to build a strong branding so that when investors come into our story, they know us as a gold explorer in Quebec. We're not going to suddenly announce we've bought a property in Golden Triangle or Arizona or some other place in Canada. Yes. They know that when they invest with us, all the properties and work we are doing is gold exploration in the Greenstone Belt, the Abitibi. That's our focus.
Yeah, good.
So they can count on us to deliver a consistent message with the branding that we're trying to establish.
And that's actually important to moving forward, because very few would commit to saying that that's part of the business plan. And that's great to know that it is region focused. I mean, listen, you could hit some extra metals and stuff like that. You can't rule that out, but it's gold focused, and that's important.
That's right.
And now, and one thing I wanted to bring up too is that sometimes, people will give a bit of pushback with northern Quebec and parts of even northern Ontario, and they say, listen, the overburden is enormous and this and that. Technology has changed in the last 10, 20, 30 years. Are you guys going to be doing maybe not, obviously not right away, but like VTEM, MAG, that kind of stuff down the road here too, looking upon your properties?
Very much so, yes.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the summer, we have some other announcements coming. VTEM will be in there.
Okay, cool.
We'll be coming in with excavators and trenching and sampling, and preparing Wilson for the drill program, as well as defining more on Romeo for an eventual possible drill program, say, following year.
Excellent. So we've got a path that you've laid out. I mean, July will be the big eyes on for people to keep an eye on. And like you said, I mean, this tight chair structure, it's priced pretty well for the approach. So
yes.
Take a look at the website, take a look at Hawkmoon, and I think you've kind of said, like, call Branden, call him. Give him a shout.
Yeah,
you can talk to him.
Yes, I'm happy to do that. And you know, Andrew, that's the thing. You want to be approachable. You and I were introduced through Mr. Stewart.
Yes. Yeah.
And we hit it off. And you know, that's the thing about this relationship building in this industry.
Yes.
We're all entrepreneurs trying to build our name and our brand, and that's what it is. It's networking. And so it's the personal relationship selling that creates strong shareholder base.
100%. I couldn't agree more. I mean, I'm even Alice Martin, who I'm friends with as well, and he's a well-known podcaster, and he's been in the space for decades. He'll flat out say relationships are number one. And it sounds kind of, at first, it sounds like, oh, that doesn't sound right. It has to be a win. It has to be this. Like, no, if you come across, you do things correctly, you hit milestones, you're honest, you're genuine, you hit all these things, people will recognize that and they'll go, listen, even if this project worked out, this one doesn't work out, you've got decades of a career, is that finding the right person is often very difficult. And when you enter in and you do things properly and correctly and genuinely, that matters. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, I know. I agree with Ellis, and he certainly is onto something there. But it also helps if you have a beautiful home in California with a hot tub and a view.
Yes, yeah, yeah. I know. I love those. It doesn't hurt. It definitely doesn't hurt.
Come to my house for a party.
It doesn't hurt. Yeah. But yeah, you're set up great. And we're gonna be watching to see results. I mean, really, at the end of the day, that's what people are gonna want to see. You get any sniff of results, you're gonna get a lot of eyes on you as well. So you've had a great journey up to now, and you know, we're rooting for you. That's for sure.
Thank you very much. I need everybody in my corner.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I hope all the best. And Andrew, great to see the Supercharged Stocks ads coming along Facebook and other social media. You're getting out there. Your program, if I can compliment you, represents a fantastic opportunity for newbies to the mining space to be able to kind of learn what is junior mining about, how do I make money in this space? And you're kind of guiding them along. This is a valuable service. And I think it's awesome what Supercharged Stocks is doing. So,
thanks. Really appreciate it, Branden. That means a lot. Thank you so much.
That's fantastic.
Perfect.
Well, wonderful. Branden Haynes again. Happy to have you on Hawkmoon Resources. We'll have you on real soon too, because hopefully we'll get some good results, hit some more milestones. Well, like I said, we're rooting for you. Thanks so much for coming on and sharing your ideas and telling us about Hawkmoon Resources. Everyone, we'll actually, if you don't reach out to Branden directly, send Andrew or Austin at Supercharged Stocks an email. We'll forward it to him, or we'll give you his number. You can call him anytime you want.
Merci and au revoir.
Take care. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too. Take care.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one.